Welcome to what is the penultimate episode of this fourth season. Our first year at Championship level has basically gone as expected. We were maybe thinking we might struggle to stay in the division, but we've been able to put in some decent performances in enough games to warrant being able to stop, we feel, at this level. With 8 games to go in the league, we are 7 points clear of the drop. We've lost exactly half our games, so we've not been by any means sensational. We've conceded a lot of goals as well, actually, with 64. Although the big 4-0 drubbing against Sheffield United yesterday will have added to that quite heavily. Thankfully, the 6-2 against Brentford isn't involved in that figure. Otherwise, our goal difference would look significantly worse. Huddersfield are conceding a shed load of goals, though. 74 conceded for them. We hope to finish in 16th. That's the aim. Only being a point behind Portsmouth and level on points with Preston, with a game in hand on both. We'd love to finish in 16th and maximise our financial take from our league position. Obviously, in the Championship now, you get a different amount of prize money depending on where you finish. Whereas in Leagues 1 and 2, we got the same amount of money. You're not getting a new deal, mate. Stop your whinging. You're getting released. So, we do want to make sure we finish as high as we possibly can to maximise our financial return. Obviously, we've had a great financial season with the sale of Tovide'S and the fact that we've been able to ensure that we haven't really had to spend much money at all in replacing him in the short term. Leeds, Southampton, Sim against Rotherham, and then Millwall away today. So first and second, I think that is, with Leeds and Southampton. Not going to be the easiest start to life today. First and third, Norwich have managed to get themselves up into second above the Saints, who, of course, are the ones that stole the aforementioned Samson Tovide'S away from us. Let's see what we can do in the derby against Leeds United at Ellen Road then. Hopefully, get ourselves at least something from this one if we possibly can. Going to have to take Kelvin out, though, because he's a little bit tired. Saying thank you to Jack, Bob and Brad on the board behind me for your continued support. Thank you very much indeed. Let's hope that your support is worthwhile by not throwing away a game against a local rival. Top of the table Leeds, showing us the calibre of squad we're going to need if we want to get out of this division. Pretty much everybody, near as makes any difference, in the 80s. Dean Henderson in goal at 80, Christensen 77, Ampadu 81, Roden at 78, although they do have a slightly higher rated Pascal Strauch at 80 rated. Isaac Schmidt at left back, definitely the weakest link in their team. Yassine Adli at 82, Eric Martel at 81, Facundo Torres at 79, Ramazani at 79, Brendan Aronson at 80, and Raul Garcia also at 80. Taremi's ageing, obviously. Same with Sam Greenwood. Sterish Strauch, Joel Peru, Ilya Gruev, Blake Dale is a regen, and then Melia at 78. But basically, most of the team is around the 80 rated mark. And obviously, most of our team is around the 70 to 72 rated mark, with a couple at 73 or 4. So, plenty of work to be done in transfer windows. Most notably, this upcoming summer, we could significantly improve in a number of our weaker areas with the finances we'll have available to us. So we should, hopefully, be able to utilise that financial clout to have a significantly better season next year. Whether we challenge for playoffs or not, I don't know. But I don't think we'll be challenging for automatic promotion for at least 2 years, if not 3. But if Bergstrom continues to improve the way that he has done throughout the course of this season, and the rest of the defence can improve to that degree as well, then we will be a decent team next year. That's a decent ball. It's a very good goal. Raul Garcia sends Ellen Road into raptures. 1-0 Leeds. Ramazani. Oh, decent delivery. And Raul Garcia with another header, this time wide of the target. Apparently Leeds have broken the bug. Leeds can have decent headers. I am not allowed to do so, apparently. Is that our advantage? It is. We'll get that out to Tariq Wright, who's out here on the wing. And he'll get past Christensen. Can we score a header? No, of course we can't. Aronson. Nice ball through the gap to Ramazani. We're in again, Leeds. This is a bit relentless at the minute. Thought I'd stepped in with a defender, or timed it well enough with the defender to get a block on the shot, or even toe poke it away. No. Not today. Brendan Aronson with a second effort into that top right-hand corner. And we're 2-0 down here at Ellen Road. I nearly got it right with Bambo, but he just didn't quite get that right foot close enough to the ball. And that's quite the finish. Facundo Torres. He's got the legs on Courtney Howes. Good save. And away. Anywhere will do. Don't care if it goes out for a throw-in. It hasn't gone out for a throw-in, and we could be in. Good counter-attack opportunity. Josh Coburn up against Joe Roden. And he's done brilliantly. Coburn. Oh, pen maybe. Yes, given. And a yellow card for Joe Roden. He's furious about it. Bowie and Coburn gang up on him, tell him, in no uncertain terms, to piss off. It's definitely a foul. He's wiped Bowie out. From the spot, Cameron Brannigan scored a penalty yesterday. Can he do so again today? Yes. We've pulled one back against Leeds. Let's keep that theme going. The elder statesman of the team at 32 or 33, one of the two. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Well, there's Leeds United's 2-goal cushion again. And in no uncertain terms, telling me what to do and where to go. Okay, good. Facundo Torres makes it 3-1 Leeds. William Matt Grimes. Tommy Lee. Bowie's made the run. That's a great ball. And he's in. Kieran Bowie. Oh, what a save. Dean Henderson. Win that header, Tommy. Coburn. In front of Tommy Lee. I should have passed it. Bowie was in. I got a little bit greedy. Oh, we could have been 3-2. We should have been 3-2. It might be 4-1 sooner than you know. Here's Isaac Schmidt forward for Leeds. Anrel and Ramazani. It is 4-1. Aronson with a swept home effort. Leeds United are just too good. This is why they're top and why we're 18th. Oh, nice little ball inside the gap. Aronson, Bambo. Was he offside? What? Where was the foul? All right. The flag's up. And I'm bloody glad the flag's up. Because that was nonsense. A, it was never a foul. And B, I just can't quite believe it. Still 4-1 Leeds with half an hour to play. That was ridiculous. Well in, Tommy. Great ball too. Narrow the play up to then come out wide. Josh Coburn has not kept up with the play, but he will get the ball. And he will score a great goal. That's a top finish. Yeah, have that. 4-2. There's still time. We've done it to Brighton. We can do it to Leeds. Get there, Cam. Christensen. Oh, didn't see that stop and go coming, to be honest. Oh, it's just unplayable. It's just unplayable. You can't do anything against it. My players are not good enough to deal with that. I am not good enough to deal with that. 5-2 Leeds. Honestly, they're outrageous. It's not a great clearance. Oh my God, Facundo Torres. Well, the scoreline is very similar to the one against Brentford, and I'd go as far as to say that Leeds have been more difficult to play against than Brentford were. Ampadu with a header wide. We're going to very convincingly lose the local derby. We still have another local derby against Huddersfield to come. I'm sure the fans would have liked to win in both, but this is, well, just as embarrassing as yesterday's showing, actually, as it happens. Go on, Josh. In behind, lad. He's onside here. Oh, my God. Leeds are unplayable at both ends of the pitch. I just can't do it. Just can't do it. Leeds 5, Bradford 2, and honestly, get me back home from that game because that needs to just get forgotten about. Had to rotate the entirety of my defence for this game with Gooch, Connolly, Fitzwater and Bradbury now in just because of the closeness in proximity of the two fixtures. And then Jebbo starts at striker ahead of a tired Josh Coburn. It's Southampton, so I had to start Tavide, really, didn't I? Rather than Samu. Owagan Jakir in goal for them, though, at 80 rated. Alistair Johnston at right back. Taylor Harwood-Bellis alongside Clemens Riedel and CJ Egan-Riley. And then Kyle Walker-Peters in a back 5. Jana Stukers on the right at 80 rated. Don't know anything of him. Same Vidas Genetis. Flynn Downs in the midfield as well. Samuel Adozie on the left. And now 79 rated Samson Tavide up top. He left us, obviously, and then immediately grew from 76 to 79 because that's just how the game works for some reason. Just his potential window was immediately maximised. So, sick. If he was 79 rated, I could have got a darn sight more money for him, couldn't I? Dreyer on the bench as well as Shea Charles, Mateo Perez-Vinler, who I don't know anything about. The 86 rated Samu, who's league top goal scorer, but I had to start Tavide, didn't I, really? Christopher Horvath is on the bench as well as Ryan Manning and Ronnie Edwards. So, Saints are Saints. They're third, I think, at the minute because Norwich pipped them into second spot. I'm going to try and not lose this by as many as we lost the last one. It's been a very embarrassing past couple of days thus far, hasn't it? With the solid defeats against Sheffield United, Brentford, and now Leeds United as well. Could really do with avoiding a thumping here. Not least for our goal difference, let alone the morale. Genetis, not far away. Saints, before we've even touched the ball, very nearly score. Jebbo's up. Jebbo's down. Sturkers gets to it first. Dinked over the top. Can we win that? No. Tavide outmuscles the man. Very well indeed. Flynn Downs. Adozie. Tavide. Good save by Bergstrom. We know what Tavide's all about. So, in theory, we should know how to defend against him. But whether you can actually do it is an entirely different thing, isn't it? Having the theory down is one thing, but the practical side of things is a completely different challenge entirely as Flynn Downs shoots nearer the corner flag than the goal. Be nice to have some possession at some point. I've probably had about 10% thus far. 2% in the opening 7.5 minutes. And that's just because I've kicked off. Or just taken the goal kick. That's my 2%. This is going to be a long day. Gooch. Jebbo's made a decent run. So we'll find him. Just trying to hold the ball for a little bit based on the way things were looking. Bowie. Can he make the right run? Not really. Good for Tommy Lee. And then Jebbo in behind. Well. You didn't expect that, did you? Daniel Jefferson gives Bradford City a 1-0 lead. Lovely little ball back to him over the top from Tommy Lee. And quite the finish. Ghosting in between the centre-backs. Onside because of the deeper full-back. And sweeping us 1-0 in front. That's quite the finish. Daniel Jefferson basically on trial with this loan spell as to whether he will or will not get a permanent contract at the end of the season when his deal at Bournemouth expires and he becomes a free agent. On that evidence, well worth the pickup. Although wages would be pretty astronomical. We're paying 50% of his wages that he's on at Bournemouth and he's my top earner. Tavide, he's offside there out wide. He's onside now. Adozie controls it with his nose. Turns inside. Support then from Kyle Walker-Peters. And a nice tackle from Callum Connolly. Drill it forward. Hope that he gets to it first, which he has. And catch Saints on the counter-attack. Oh, hello. On the back of a terrible defeat. A 2-0 lead against Southampton was not on the books at all. Kieran Bowie at it again. He is the man. Samson who? Not missing Tavide at all. Genetis. Good tackle by Lee. Lay this in front of Kelvin and then drive inside. Look for a ball to Jebbo. Challenge and a half from Taylor Harwood-Bellis. That is the challenge of an 81 rated centre-back. Very well timed and executed. Perfection from the centre-back to deny our striker the chance to run through and Really put the game beyond any reasonable doubt at this stage. Jay Stansfield scores for Birmingham against Norwich to give them a 1-0 lead. That's a great ball. It wasn't meant for Kelvin. It was meant for the right back, but I don't much mind. A set up nicely. Good save by Jackier. One of those banana volleys. Oh my God. I don't know if he picked up an injury, but after half an hour or less than 40 minutes, Samson Tovide has been hooked. They've switched formation to a 4-3-3 and Saints immediately adjust. Not a happy return for Tovide. I wonder if it says in the match events whether he picked up an injury at all. Nope. Just 38 is all he lasted on his return to Valley Parade. Thank you for the 13 million, Southampton, or 12.5. Cheers, lads. And the 3 points at this rate. Fuck. Samu's in behind here with all the time and the space in the world to score a goal. Well, after unpausing it from showing you that Samson Tovide had been substituted off, turns out I paused it at the wrong point because Samu was in behind and the split second it took me to pick up where the action was meant I got nowhere near him. And that's why they took Samson Tovide off, because Samu is 10 times the player and has brought Southampton straight back into it. Oh, sharp turn. Samuel Adosi's done very well. Starting to ping it about with a bit more confidence now, Southampton, after finding that goal, which is not good. Good block by Fitzwater. Very necessary block by Fitzwater, because that could very well have flown into the back of the net from Samu. He is just that good. Looking for the ball over the top to Kelvin. He's brought it down brilliantly in front of the defender. Their 5-back hasn't actually been that solid at the back, Southampton. Little back heel here. Back heel would have worked better, I think. And the little reverse pass might have been more accurate, and Tommy Lee could have had a strike on goal. It's still 2-1 Bradford. But Samuel Adosi has other ideas. He's just able to keep the ball in play. Lyndon Gooch also has other ideas. So does Flynn Downs. Adosi away. And running. And running. And running. And back to Janitis. Good save. I didn't want to try and clear it, because it would have just hit Samu and it could have gone anywhere. Just run away. Run away as fast as you can, Fitz. Oh, it's quickly moved. Safe. Faith in the keeper with a shot like that. Making a change. Walker Peters going off for a number 9, I think. I've made some changes in my midfield and in the front line too. But, oh no, in the defence, sorry. Who did they bring on? Dreyer. He's a winger, Dreyer, for Walker Peters. One presumes they're not just playing a winger at fullback. They might be. You never can put it past the AI for doing something silly like that. We'll find out in due course. Doyle Hayes and O'Doyle just lets it get away from him with his first touch there. Adosi to Downs, looking for Samu. Keeper's come and remarkably actually gets there. Right, what are they doing with their formation then? How are we going to counter this? Now they've gone 3-4-3 with Dreyer on the left, Johnston on the right. Doyle Hayes, O'Doyle looking to get away. Space for Jebbo, space for Bowie. Pass not quite accurate enough. And now there's enough time left in the game for a chance for Saints. Take the card. Didn't make the run. Oh, it's going to be, isn't it? Southampton 2. Bradford 2. Samu off the bench. And they'll take a point. Last action of the game. Fans seemingly still happy with the point, audibly. Although there weren't really any reactions as the final whistle went in the stands. Everyone's pretty statuesque right now, but a point against Southampton before we kicked off would have been very, very pleasing indeed. As it turns out, 2-0 turning to 2-2. Quite frustrating, but the return of Samson Tovide didn't go as anyone would have anticipated there, did it? Or even close to it. currently sitting 3 points above the relegation zone with 6 games to go. You'll notice a number of other sides have played more games though. So it's probably more to the point to point out that Cardiff are 5 points behind us, having played 40 games themselves. They we play on the final day, by the way, so that could be absolutely bloody massive by the time we get there. Rotherham, we are going to sim here. We'll do an interactive sim rather than a quick sim because we don't really trust the quick sims at this stage. I don't mind quick simming against those at the top end of the table where we normally get a defeat from quick sims and you would have expected us to lose to those at the top of the table. So I don't mind quick simming those, but ones like this, we will interactive sim. Rotherham are bottom of the table, destined for League One again, have been awful all season. So by how many are they going to win by, is the question I'll ask. Coburn, good save from the corner, last action of the first half. And, well, action with the asterisk. It's mainly been all Rotherham, despite the fact we've had 4 shots and the majority of possession. A point doesn't really help at this stage. We would prefer the win, please. Although we do have the 4th and final game of the episode at the end after this Rotherham one to try and pick up a victory on the back of what is looking like a defeat and back-to-back draws, unless we can find something in this second half. As Rotherham score. McGuckin makes it 1-0 to the away side in this South Yorkshire derby. Or Yorkshire derby. South Yorkshire with West Yorkshire. It's advantage South Yorkshire. As we've made 2 changes, Dobra and Jebberson coming on. As the front line had been a little bit toothless to this point. I interactive simmed this game, so I thought it would give us a better chance of winning. We're still losing it. 2 minutes added on and Rotherham in possession. That's probably going to be game. A defeat at the Valley. We didn't have a single shot in the second half. Well, I was going to say that is not good enough, and the home fans with those boos know it. Defeat for Cardiff there though as well in their 41st match day is an important result for us. Rotherham are not... Well, they've got 12 points available and there are 12 points between them and QPR and Blackburn, actually. But, let's be honest, Rotherham are down. If we'd have done anything other than lose that game, then Rotherham would have been relegated. We could have relegated them. They've staved off the relegation for at least 1 more week. Cardiff, 5 points still. Huddersfield, 3 points still. QPR and Blackburn, 2 points behind us. This is probably going to go down to the final couple of days at least. Whether it goes as far as the final day of the season, I don't know. But up next for us is Millwall. So watch out for flying boots in your face. Drake Callender in goal for Millwall. Fullback for them, Evan Kennedy, Japhet Tanganga, Jake Clark-Salter and Mario Mitte. Enzo Leopold and Billy Mitchell holding. Sounds like he should be in EastEnders, Billy Mitchell. Musa Altamari on the right, Femi Aziz on the left, Malik Yalkuye in the midfield at Cam with Zion Fleming up top. They've got Kevin Nisbet on the bench to call upon, a certain Bobby Poynton on the bench too. So we saw the return of Samson Tovide to Valley Parade. This is at least the first game we potentially might be playing against Bobby Poynton as well since his departure. I imagine it couldn't go much worse than Samson Tovide'S. You hope for Tovide's sake he did pick up a knock that we just weren't able to see or didn't notice. But I think the manager, oh my God, the manager at Southampton does not have much faith in Samson Tovide yet. He's probably going to be one of those players that needs a pre-season with his new squads to fully bed in. And when you've got an 86 rated Samu starting ahead of you, then there's no surprise that Samson didn't quite cut the mustard immediately, because it's obviously a bit of a confidence battle when coming up against Samu, but it's absolutely the challenge that he would have wanted to take up when leaving us. Absolutely was the right thing to do to sell him, even though he wouldn't start every week for Saints. They stand a chance of going up. We're nowhere near the Premier League for 2 or 3 years. Absolutely, Samson Tovide would want to leave to go to Southampton. Even if he doesn't play that regularly for Saints, he might still make his way to the Premier League quicker through Saints to someone else than he would have done just sticking with me. In a minute, Bergstrom is having to do a lot more than I might have liked him to in the opening few minutes here. I can't seem to keep Millwall at bay at all, but we're on the breakaway now. Coburn could have been in. Coburn could still be in. Bowie, we have faith in his pace, and he'll get away from the defender, and he's still going here, Kieran Bowie. And he's in the box. Bowie back. Coburn. And now both goalkeepers have made good saves. Tommy Lee. Brannigan. Tommy's going again. Ever the willing runner going forward. Grimes will look for Bowie quickly to Coburn. And then maybe to Bowie again. It's a great move by the inside forward roll. And Bowie draws a save out of Calendar. Both goalkeepers so far earning their bacon and their wages. 0-0 thus far, but plenty of chances at both ends. 5 on target for them, 2 on target for me. Sees through the gap. Yelkuye away, and he seems rather rapid. Good tackle. Callum Connolly. Connolly going to be one of the players that sees the axe in the squad next season. But at the minute, he and Jack Fitzwater, who's the other centre-back that's going to probably see the axe next season in the squad, doing the job when called upon. Oh, if he'd have made that a bit more dramatic, maybe there was a penalty there. If he'd have taken the turn, maybe there was a goal there. As it happens, now I'm getting caught on the counter. I might just have to take the chop. What a challenge. I'll be honest, I would rather you put it out for a throw, though, than hook it straight back to an awaiting Millwall man. Mite. Unbelievable. That challenge from Callum Connolly, why did it not just go out for a throw? How has he been able to hook it back up the line 20 fucking yards straight to a Millwall man? That's ridiculous. Alright, sweet. Cheers then. 1-0 Millwall. It's like the game has just said, the game has thought to itself, someone needs to be in possession. So as I slide tackle here, how has that hooked ball then just gone all the way back down there to him? Yelkuye into Fleming. And Fleming, good block. No, it's not where I fucking aimed it. Oh, why has the game got to do this to me? 2-0 Millwall, none of it my fault. Trying to play that to fucking Matt Grimes. It's like, gets away with it again. Really well done by Millwall here. Yelkuye with the effort blocked. Oh, touch. Billy Mitchell. Zion Fleming. I don't know how the defenders missed the ball there. But he did. We're going to lose this one. Doesn't matter how good we've been at times or how unlucky we might find ourselves. If we're not getting the result, we're not getting the result. Tyrrell Mitchell. Josh Coburn, I thought they'd expect the pass, so went to go the other way. Hasn't worked. Should have played the pass. Well intercepted by Gooch. Lay this across. Tommy Lee. Bowie's tucked in, and now I need him out wide, annoyingly. Halliday going to drive down the line and deliver a good cross, I hope. Coburn's there. Coburn's there again. Looking for Bowie. Just can't get it under control. Time's out anyway. It would only been a 2-1 rather than a 2-0. Another defeat for us. This one I feel particularly disappointed by. Leeds were just too good. In this one I feel cheesed. Like properly cheesed. Zion Fleming looking to add a third. But won't. But that's game. Defeat against Millwall away from home. Shit. Well, as we end the day with 4 games to go, we are 18th still. And 2 points above the relegation zone. Cardiff have pulled themselves to relative safety for the time being, albeit only on goals scored above QPR, not even points, not even goal difference. In the final 4 games of the season, we play 21st place Cardiff and 23rd place Huddersfield Town, as well as Birmingham, who are... Where are Birmingham? Oh, Birmingham are 11th. They're much higher than I thought they were. Huddersfield, Birmingham, Cardiff, and... Oh, I find myself gravitating to the My Career tab over the calendar too many times. Coventry. Coventry away. The Rico is now in the game as well, I think, isn't it? Rico Arena. Or whatever its brand deal is these days. So, where are Coventry? Are they down the bottom as well? No, Coventry are 9th. So 9th, 11th, 23rd and 21st to play in the season finale tomorrow, where we absolutely could potentially get relegated back down to League One. We were super lucky on 2 occasions in the RTG last year to avoid relegation from the Championship down to League One, one of which happened in the 88th minute of the final game of the season against Norwich, or thanks to Norwich, we were able to stay up. It might come down to that sort of thing again. It might come down to that 1 goal that Southampton scored in the 92nd minute. It might come down to those 2 cheesy Millwall goals. Either way, tomorrow is a massive episode that you are not to miss. Drop the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, and you definitely won't miss tomorrow's video. I'll play all 4 games, and I'll see you then.